Hey, what's up? What's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Jam, and today we are reviewing The Real Housewives of Durban Season 3, Episode 2. This episode was hectic. This episode had drama. This episode had emotions. This episode was good. Like Durban brings it. Durban was really nice this episode. I loved it. So this episode starts off with we're still at Jojo's party, and everyone has left except Annie. Annie was just looking kind of a bit off. So Annie sits down with Jojo and is telling Jojo, so what did Nonku say about me? And Jojo's like, it's not my place to say. So just wait for Nonku to talk to you. It's just not my place to say. And Annie's like, it's fine. Anyway, I have something else to talk to you about. So let me just feel it. I don't know if you've ever noticed, like I have a lazy eye, my face is not even, and Jojo's like, yeah, what's up? So Annie opens up and Annie says, I've had Bell's palsy. So for people who don't know, Bell's palsy is basically when one side of your face, let me say what I know. Like one side decides, you know what, the muscles will not work. Like basically you get paralyzed. Your eye will not work, and then your lips, like your mouth will not work, so you probably like it will droop on one side. I have had Bell's palsy twice. The latest was actually the beginning of this year, and even before I started, because I started doing the reviews this year, the first video, I was so self-conscious. I was like, can people notice that my face is not even yet? Even until now, I'm always like, can people just notice that my face is not even? I felt so bad for Annie because the Twitter comments, people are like, her lashes heavy, that her eye can't handle. People, is that a lazy eye? Is her makeup so off? Like people go in on her eye, and now I understand why she puts on, like she wears glasses, I guess to cover it and to hide it. And I understand, especially as a woman. I understand. You can imagine one side of your face is not working. You can imagine when you try to close your eye and this eye is not one eye is not closing. So when you close, it's like this. You know, when you sleep at night, you need like an eye patch so that it covers. Like it's a really hard thing to go through with a Bell's palsy. Is really hard. It's really hard. And I remember the first time I had it, I thought I was getting a stroke. I thought my life was over. It was really sad. So when Annie said that, I was like, damn. We really have to be careful of what we tell people sometimes. And I know we're humans, we forget. Like sometimes someone will piss you off and you just say the nastiest thing that comes in your mind. But yeah, so the thing is, I didn't understand why Annie was telling Jojo. Jojo's not a doctor. But I guess she was telling Annie so that Annie can recommend one of the plastic surgeons so they can try and fix it. If Annie okay, no. Try and fix it. But again, Jojo's not a doctor. And Annie goes on to say that she was bullied. She lived in the UK and she was bullied. This is the first time Annie has said she was bullied. And I'm sorry, sometimes I feel like Annie uses that she was bullied to justify why she's mean today. I get Annie's being defensive or her walls being up, but Annie, there's a point you are rude and you're mean. Like you can be mean to people, you can be so rude to people. And for example, Nonku, it's how you talk to Nonku, how you treat Nonku. And I'm not saying Nonku is a saint. Nonku is not a saint, but there's a way you treat Nonku and speak to Nonku. And that's why I'm saying, like, people cannot feel sorry or people cannot understand you if you're also giving the same vibes that were gave to you when you were young. You were bullied. Do I feel like you're a bully now? A little bit, yeah. but I feel for you, and I don't think any child should have gone through that. And I can imagine you being in UK as a black person. I don't know if you identify as a black person, but as a black person, I can imagine the bullying and racism you went through. And I just wish sometimes you just say it's the racism, not the bullying alone. Just say bullying and racism. I just wish you would say that, but you won't. But you won't. But I really hope, Annie, when you want kindness from people, extend kindness also. That's it. Nonku and her date. why is this day? What was his name? Dumisani. Why is he getting a confessional? Why is this man getting a confessional? For what? Anyway, Nonku and Dumisani on a date. It was a cute date. Nonku was just blushing. Nonku is a kiki. Nonku is blushing, happy. Nonku is like a child at this stage. And Nonku is like, I can't cook. And the guy is like, can you make a traditional beer? You can't cook. I love a traditional woman. I guess this guy is very traditional though. But yeah, I hope Nonku is still dating him or dating someone, because clearly she wants a man. Mariah, is it Maria or Mariah? Is it Maria or Mariah? I keep writing Mariah. I don't know why. I think I'm writing Maria because of Marie to medicine. Okay, I think it's Maria. Let me call her Maria, and then I'll confirm if it's Maria or Mariah. Maria and one, listen. The views at that house is amazing. Like Maria has an amazing Mariah. I'm gonna call her Mariah first, okay? Until I find out. Mariah has an amazing house. The views were to die for. The house is nice, God willing. The house is beautiful. The house was nice. So she thinks Sorisha is being bossy and dismissing her and acting like she doesn't exist. She wasn't even invited to Sorisha's party. So we haven't seen it yet, but I guess we'll see it later. I don't know why they're fighting. And you remember last week I asked, is Mariah black or white or mixed? Mariah is Indian. Like, you've gotten so many plastic surgery, the exotic you is done. I didn't even know you're Indian. You got a cute house though, Mariah. You have a cute house. So Mariah thinks Sorisha is a snob, and she's not used to people ignoring her. She's also a queen. Bali and Nonku. This was sad. Bali comes over to Nonku's house, and Nonku's house is beautiful also. Like, Nonku's house has big windows, natural light. Nonku's house is the house, okay? It's a house. It's a really beautiful house. Bali comes over to talk to Nonku, and they're talking. They want to know each other, and Nonku is like, I love your energy. You're such a great person. You know what? This is what Nonku says about everybody. Nonku's like, I love your energy. I can read energies. That's what Nonku says about everybody. I love you, my Nonku. But Nonku, Jesus. So I want to get to know you. It's like, you say that you had a son. Is it okay if I ask what happened when he passed? And Bali was able to talk about it, and Bali said that she had a 16-year-old son. And you know, when at first I thought the child died when he was like maybe, you know, young. That's what I thought. But when she said 16, I was like, damn. Like, you were with your child for 16 years. Bali said the child had health issues since he was born. So at 16, I think it was too much. The child had heart issues, and her son passed away. I felt so bad for her, and she said that at that time she was acting, so she was going through a lot at that time. And she said when 2016 the son passed, 2016, And then 2018, she tried to get pregnant. She got pregnant, but it ended up being an ectopic pregnancy. And they had to cut her tubes and clean her uterus. And I think after that, you don't feel like trying again. And before I didn't understand it, but I can understand it now. Like, you can imagine going through 2 losses. You'd be scared. So I felt from Bali, like I said, I am sending positive vibes to Bali. I really am. I'm gonna say like Nonku also. I feel Bali's energy. I love Bali's energy. So I just hope God is with Bali. And Bali says also she's engaged to a young man. I was like, Bali, yes. Bali's engaged to a young man. And I loved that conversation with Nonku. I really did. I loved that conversation with Nonku. Annie and the sister, they're out with the nanny at the park with the kids. And Annie tells her sister, yo, I told Jojo about my face, and I wanted her to take me to her people and try and get it done. And her sister Mia is like, you're beautiful the way you are. Like, she gave her good advice. Whoever is just jumping on your insecurities, they're also insecure. Like, no one is flawless. Even Rihanna has a big ass forehead. No one is flawless, okay? I think her sister gave her good advice. But then again, if you feel you want to change something, who are we to stop you? It's your body, so change it. But the weird thing is, Mia is older by 3 years, but I swear Mia looks younger than Annie, and that's no shade at all. Mia just looks so young. Yeah. Sorisha is at her new spa place. It hasn't been open yet, but she's just doing the final touches, and she invited Slee, and she also invited Annie. Sorisha wanted Annie Sorisha wanted to tell Annie about what Nonku said. The thing is, let me tell you why Sorisha was a bit messy here. Sorisha did not need Slee. She didn't. Annie would have believed Sorisha. Without Slee being there, Annie would have believed Sorisha. But Sorisha wanted Slee to be there to poke Nonku. Sorisha knows what she's doing. And I'm loving it. I'm loving this villain role that Sorisha wants to play. I love it. Let her work for that check. Like I said last week, let Sorisha work for her check, please. So they sit down, and Sorisha tells Annie what Nonku said. Everything from the party, you telling her to stand up for your husband, and Nonku saying that you're scared of your husband. And I think Annie is scared of her husband, because Annie's like, I hold my husband in high regard. which is fine. There's no it's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with holding your husband in high regard. I hold my man in high regard, so it's cool. Yeah, that's it. That's what they happened. Nothing major there. Mariah, Nonku, Bali, and Joe, they meet up. So they meet up at a pool, and let me tell you something. What the hell was Nonku wearing, and what the hell was Jojo wearing? Like, they had swimsuits and then their cover-ups. Where the hell were they going? And Nonku came and said, it's so cold. So where the hell were you going? Dressed up like that. They sit down, everyone comes, they sit down, and then Mariah goes to get blankets. And before she gives anyone a blanket, Mariah said, I'll give you a blanket if you tell me your secret. But then she starts by saying, who rubbed you off the wrong way during Jojo's party? And I think she was asking Bali first, but I guess Nonku was, like I said, when Nonku is drunk, I think Nonku was already tipsy. Nonku was like, Sorisha, sorry, rubbed me off the wrong way. And of course, Mariah would be like, would co-sign and be like, me too. I didn't like how she started this, especially this is Jojo's party, and Jojo's like, You know Jojo's not going to talk, right? You know that, right? Jojo will not say anything. Mariah of course doesn't like Sorisha, so she's like, I don't like how she was bossy, this and this and this. And Nonku is saying the same thing. Sure. This is when I was like, you know, I thought Bali was like quiet. I thought Bali was like, no. Bali shocked me. First, Bali started speaking in Zulu, and like, no, Nonku, you should sit down with Annie and tell her what you said, and then you should go and discipline Sorisha. What do you mean discipline Sorisha? You should go and discipline Sorisha. And I was like, Bali. I swear, I don't know. I think I am in love with Bali. I am in love with Bali. Yeah, and then the funny part was Jojo and Mariah can't understand Zulu, right? So they were just like, and you can Nani is emotional, Bali is emotional. She's like, yes, go discipline Sorisha. That what she did was not right, yes. Jojo's like, okay, she said. So Jojo in the confessional is like, I can't understand what exactly she's saying, but I think she's on Nonku's side. And let me tell you what Bali said, that I was like, yes. Bali said in the confessional, those who speak English, when will they learn to speak Zulu if we always speak their English? Oh my God, I was like, Bali. You know? I was like, Bali, yes. Bali reminded me of Lassie. Lassie did not care. Lassie used to speak Zulu. And I know where Lassie is. Like, damn, I wish I was on this show right now with Bali. Because I know Lassie and Bali would have been like this. Because you know, it was effed up when Lassie used to speak in Zulu and then they just replying in English. And I get it. You're with other people and you have to be respectful. But they came to your country first. Jojo and her Boo Bear. Is it Boo Bear or Boo Bear? Pooh Bear, if that's what you call it. Calvin. So Calvin is walking out. Jojo comes with some sweets and cakes. And it's like, so what did you think of the party? I think Calvin was at last week's when Nonku invited Sorisha and Slee and Jojo, when Nonku threw Slee under the bus. And Calvin was like, it was okay. So I was having my sushi and Slee came over, and then Slee said that she's single and I should introduce her to some rich man, and that I should also take her to my tattoo artist. And Nonku walked in when Slee was saying this, and Nonku thought Calvin was gonna hook up Slee with their tattoo artist. So Jojo is pissed. Why are you walking up to my man saying you're single? You know Jojo is my man. Jojo, nobody wants your man. Your man is not that hot, okay? My man. So Jojo is already pissed. And Jojo said, I'll bring this up, don't worry. I will bring this up. Nonku goes to Slee's house. Like I said, I think Nonku and Slee are neighbors. So because Slee was just parking and Nonku comes. Nonku is trying to clear things up with Slee. Slee's not having it. Slee's like, it's okay. What you said. So Nonku's like, well, let's just be honest and truthful to each other. And I'm sorry for what I did. Slee's like, okay. And if I was Slee, I'd also be the same. Like, I wouldn't trust you, Nonku. I wouldn't. I don't even know why I like Nonku. And Nonku is really messy. I don't know why I end up defending this girl. Nonku is messy. So Sorisha's spa is finally done, and today is the launch of the spa. All the ladies are invited except who? Mariah. Mariah was not invited. So everyone comes in. Slee comes, Jojo comes, Nonku comes, Annie comes. Who else came? Bali came. So they're sitting down, and then this lady just comes and sits down. And then they're all like, right. And then this lady came in saying, what did she say? We're on fire or something like that. And then she sits down. So everyone's like, who the hell is this girl? And then she's like, hi, how are you? Hi. She stood up and greeted everybody. And then she sat down and said, oh, my name is blah, blah, blah. I am Chef Nesh. I think she said that's what her name is, Chef Nesh. And everyone's like, oh, okay. You're a private, yes, I'm a private chef. And I think Slee said, so you're a caterer? No, a private chef. I'm a private chef. I'm a private chef. And this bitch in the confessional says, I just had Sorisha has a party in the streets and I decided to come in. I didn't understand this part because this girl is in the confessionals. This girl has a mic. Y'all couldn't come with a better script why this girl is here, because clearly this girl had to be here for something. So, but you guys couldn't write a better script for her, right? Because she had it from the streets, and then she came to the party. Ooh. Yeah, no. Sorisha does her speech, cast the ribbon. Annie and Slee stand up, say they're going to get a drink, and Chef Nash is like, why is this girl disrespecting me? She's talking about Slee. Does she not know the difference between a cook, a caterer, and a chef? I'm a private chef. Why is she disrespecting me? And all the ladies are like, what's the problem? Where did this come from? Right? Andy and Slee come back. Nonku tells Annie, let's go chat on the side. And then, so the rest of the girls that remained, Chef Nesh starts going in on Slee. Why are you disrespecting me? Why are you asking me questions? Who the hell are you? This and that and that. And Slee is like, no, wait, what did I say that was so wrong? I don't know. And Slee was like, I don't even know the difference between a caterer and a private chef. So what's the problem? This chef stroke caterer just had bile, I guess, because the way she came, like, Slee didn't do anything. Like, to warrant that kind of reaction, she didn't do anything. Here comes Jojo. Why did you go to my man saying that you're single? Why did you want my man to hook you up with other rich men? And she's like, what are you talking about? You told Calvin that you wanted him to hook you up with rich men, and they call Calvin here. My husband is not gonna get involved. Jojo, you involved your husband. You brought up your man, and then now you're saying your husband's not gonna get involved. Your husband shouldn't have gotten involved in the first place. Angenyamaza, he should not have said anything. But of course, he should not have said anything. Slee is already upset, so Slee is like, oh, and before even she jumps in and says that, why are you talking to my man? Jojo's like, so you're also classist, and you're also this, you also judge me the way you're judging this lady. And Slee was like, I didn't just judge you off, I didn't know that it's something that I saw. But to be honest, yes, Slee, you did judge Jojo before meeting her or before getting to know her, which is fine. We all do that. You could have just said, yes, I judged you, so you could have just say that. Slee is upset. Slee is like, no, let's go to Nonku, because Jojo said even Nonku had you. So Slee is like, let's go to Nonku. Nonku and Annie were talking, and Nonku was trying to explain to Annie how Annie made her feel, telling her to stand up. And Nonku told Annie straight up, if it was Jojo and Sorisha, you would not have told them to stand up. And Nonku's like, I know that for a fact. And Annie's like, how do you know that? How do you want her to prove it? Even the viewers know. Annie, there's some people you watch how you talk to, but Nonku you can talk. And that's what I'm saying. And Annie, there's a time, yes, you are a bully. Hurt people. So how you were treated, you see how you were treated? That's how you treat Nonku. You see how you were treated? That's how you treat Nonku. If you're getting it, you're getting it. You see how Annie was treated in the UK? That's how Annie treats Nonku. Because Annie doesn't treat Sorisha like that. Annie doesn't treat Jojo like that. Even if Annie is telling Jojo something, she'll be very respectful. But with Nonku, she will not. Even with Lassie, she was not respectful. You treat people, you treat Nonku the way you were treated. Yeah. So Slee comes over and Annie disappears. Annie's like, I'm not getting into this drama. Annie disappears. And Slee's telling Nonku, why are they saying that I talked to her man saying that I'm single? I did not say that. I only talked about tattoos. And Nonku at first was confused, like, what the hell is going on? Because everyone came in hot. Jojo is mad. Bali's like, what the hell is going on? Slee is just pissed. So they sit down, they go sit down, and Nonku asks Jojo, what are you talking about? Did she not tell Calvin that she's single and that she wants Calvin to get her a rich man? And then Nonku looks at Slee and said, what I remember is you said that. I was like, Nonku, this was a time for you to be a friend to Slee, which I get it. You also have to be a friend to Jojo, but come on, you could have just said I don't remember. You could have just said I do not remember, or I'm not doing this right now, you know, because it felt like you guys were ganging up on Slee. And then Jojo is standing up. How dare you talk to my husband? I'm not gonna get my husband involved in this. Calvin is not gonna get. You know, Jojo is standing up and pointing fingers. I was like, if Slee would have hit you right now, Jojo, you would have deserved it, because you were really poking the bear. Slee is telling you, I will deal with you later. And you stick there, I'll deal with you later. Shut up. But you're just like, don't talk to my man, don't talk to my man, don't talk about my man. Slee decides, you know what, let me just get out. And Slee was like, me and Nonku's friendship done. And I was like, yeah, like, I understand Slee. I would do the same thing. I get Slee. Slee walks off. Sorisha is calling Slee, yo, where'd you go? Slee's crying. Like, it's better I leave, because if I don't, I would beat up. I would just beat up Jojo. Jojo would have been beaten up by Slee. Slee looks like she can fight. While all this commotion is going on, my baby Londy London comes. Londy, the hair looked a mess. The body was giving, but the hair looked a mess. Londy comes in and sits down. So now it's Bali, Nonku, Londy, Annie, and the chef. So Jojo's asking, sorry, not Annie, Jojo. Jojo's asking Londy, so how are you? How have you been? And she's like, I'm okay. I've been better, but I'm okay. Yeah, I've seen things in social media. So Londy's baby daddy was being a bitch, was just being a man, and they ended up parting ways, and it was just so dramatic because he was cheating and all these things. So Londy is like, there's a stranger here, I can't talk about it. Sure. This is what Londy could have said. I don't want to talk about it right now. We're here for Sorisha. We'll talk about it another time. That's what Londy should have said. But she opened her mouth and said, there's a stranger here, I don't want to talk about it. Sure. Chef. Chef was like, talk about it, we don't care. It's all over the news. And then Londy's like, mind your business. Mind whose business? Your business is all over the news. Your man is here cheating on you. Your man left you. You should have been a good wife instead of doing those stupid influencers events. This girl went in on Londy. She's like, you'd have been still driving your Range Rover. Now you don't have anything. Even your Lamborghini is gone. Look at you. You're now in the streets hustling. You're poor. Sure. Chef went in on Londy. Londy was flabbergasted. The only thing Londy could say was, mind your business, food sec, piss off. And you know what? I felt so bad for Jojo. I really wanted Jojo to hear what the chef was saying, because she was speaking in Zulu. So the only people who could hear was Nonku and what's her name, Bali. And Bali was like, Bali's reaction was the star of that scene. Bali was just like, hi, wait. Because that girl went in on Londy. Like, that girl dissed Londy. Embarrassed Londy. Londy couldn't even say. Londy didn't even have comebacks. You're talking about how you're depressed, and then Londy's like, when did I say I'm depressed? In Kaya FM. Like, so you listened. Like, this girl was ready. I don't think this girl was really brought here to just cause havoc, but I loved it. You know I love some mess. I love some mess that's organic. Like, that one was so organic because Londy could have just come and say, I don't want to talk about it. But you had to say, this stranger is here. Hi. Londy was sad. Londy was sad. I remember last reunion, Londy was a bit of a mess to Nonku and Lassie because they didn't have men. And life can humble you. Life does humble you. So I felt so sad. Like, she's already sad and she's already down and she's already going through this stage, and then another woman is also adding salt to the wound. You know, you feel some type of way. But that chef went in on Londy. I want that chef to go in on Annie. Let me see how they do it. Annie and this chick. Probably Annie will just walk off. But yo. I felt so bad for Londy. I did. Like, she could only say, peace off. Peace off. Mind your business. It's kind of like your business is on the streets. So that's where the episode ends. I wish Londy came back as a main cast so that she could actually talk about it and we could just follow her journey. I really do. Like, I really enjoyed Londy, but hey, maybe she didn't want to. But that's where the episode ends, y'all. I will see you guys next week.